Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about growth spurts and cluster feeding and related to breastfeeding.
So this is really an issue that I come across not only in the hospital, but after parents go home and even months down the road. So cluster feeding is something that happens, usually starts on the second day or the second night of life. And moms at this point will think, I don't have enough milk, the baby is not satisfied. But actually the opposite is happening. The more the breast is emptied, the more that is demanded, then the supply is going to actually increase. And it can take a couple of days. It might even take a week for that cluster feeding to occur when the baby's having a growth spurt, and then it stabilizes, and then breastfeeding goes back to normal. So it is a very normal process of the baby growing.
I think that's what moms need to know, that it's normal. It's part of a baby developing and growing, and by continuing to feed, you're only helping improving your feeding, because every time baby feeds, that's going to increase your milk supply. But in the moment, it can be very exhausting and tiring and overwhelming, and you do have that question of doubt, am I making enough? So I think just having that education before baby even arrives, before day 2, during the pregnancy, if you can learn about these growth spurts and know when to expect them, that can really help ease a mom's mind and know that my baby is growing just like they should.
Usually when babies cluster feed, it's for several hours, but then afterwards, they sleep for several hours. And so if you can recognize this behavior, then you can take advantage of getting extra sleep yourself, or getting into a shower, or whatever your needs are at that time.
And I think it can be hard because families do want to help out during this time. So they say, let me just take the bottle, I'll feed, I'll give a bottle. But that can actually be detrimental to your milk supply. We want you to continue to feed like you have been so that your milk supply will increase. So having family members change diapers, give baby a bath, those sort of things can be beneficial. Make you a meal.
Breastfeeding a baby can be every 1 to 3 hours. It can also be every hour for 1 to 3 hours. All of that is normal as long as you're looking at 8 feeds in a 24-hour period.
It can be hard because we always try to find a routine with our little ones, and then they go through a growth spurt and we throw the routine out the window. And I think it's just good to recognize, like you said, baby's gonna feed when baby's hungry. So that could happen anytime. And it's important not to watch the clock. If you think your baby feeds normally every 3 hours, and today your little one is sucking on their hands or smacking their lips, those are signs that your baby is hungry. So watching for those feeding cues and letting your baby tell you when they're hungry, not the clock.
Mom's going to be burning 500 calories per day providing breast milk for her child. That's a given. So we recommend that moms eat to hunger, drink to thirst, and you're going to have those cravings every once in a while when you're having those deficits. The baby will be getting everything it needs, everything he or she needs from your breast milk. You will be the one that is having the deficits, and so you need to be making sure that you are taking care of yourself.
And being a busy mom, that's really hard. So having snacks, having water bottles everywhere, just trying to make it as easily accessible for you to get that nutrition as well.
Thanks for joining us on this conversation about cluster feeding and growth spurts. If you'd like to get more information, click the link.